I'm Leah Lando, live in Niagara Falls. We thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, we begin with information about a terrible tragedy that police say happened right here Monday night. They tell me a mother intentionally went over the falls, bringing with her her two young children. Their bodies have not been recovered.
It all happened just over my shoulder here on Luna Island, right along those safety rails there. State police telling us just within the past few hours here that they do believe that this was intentional. They think that the mother and her two kids here purposely went over the falls there. And we also know that this all started around 9 p.m. on Monday when the mother, 33-year-old Chianti Means, and her two kids, one 9 years old and the other just 5 months old, crossed over that safety railing at Luna Island, a small island here, as you just saw, by the popular tourist attraction Cave of the Winds. Authorities are still investigating the circumstances of how all this went.
Chianti Means, a 33-year-old mother from Niagara Falls, New York, was known for her compassion and dedication to her family and community. She worked as a domestic violence counselor, a job she took to heart, helping others through some of their darkest times. But while she was there for many people in her community, Chianti herself was struggling with personal pain that few around her truly understood. Chianti was the mother of two young children, 9-year-old Roman Rossman and 5-month-old Mecca Means. Her life revolved around her kids, and she wanted nothing more than to build a loving, stable family for them. But recent relationship struggles, particularly her breakup with Mecca's father, left her feeling deeply heartbroken. Friends and family saw glimpses of her struggle, but did not realize how serious it had become. In the weeks leading up to her death, Chianti posted a series of messages on Facebook under the name Diamond Scott. In these posts, she openly expressed her sadness and frustration over the breakup. She longed to feel loved and supported and was honest about her hurt feelings. In one post, she wrote, "I wish someone would love me because the man that's supposed to does not," revealing just how deeply the breakup affected her. On October 1st, she shared another post, asking people to respect her feelings for her daughter's father, saying, "I'm in love with my daughter's father. I want my family back." Friends who saw these messages began to worry, but no one could have foreseen what would happen next. On October 28, 2024, Chianti took her children to Niagara Falls State Park, specifically to Luna Island, a small, quiet area between the American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls. It was just before 9 p.m. when Chianti and her children were last seen. Witnesses later told police that they saw her climb over the safety guardrail with her children. Shortly afterward, she and her two children, Roman and Mecca, went over the falls. Police were called immediately, and rescue teams quickly began searching the area. Drones, helicopters, and underwater recovery units were all deployed, but the currents were strong, and the jagged rocks below made recovery efforts very dangerous. The tragic deaths of Chianti Means and her two young children, Roman and Mecca, at Niagara Falls have left friends, family, and the public shaken, sparking a range of emotions from grief to anger and confusion. As details of the tragedy unfold, many have taken to social media to share their heartbreak, pay tribute, and grapple with the difficult questions surrounding the loss. Chianti's close friend Mick Molina shared a deeply emotional tribute on Facebook, expressing her devastation. "I can't even bear to write a post about her and share memories. I am literally sick to my stomach, and I can't even deal with the emotions I am feeling. Just know her and her children are dearly loved by me and my children." Others who knew Chianti described her as a caring, compassionate woman who had a bright personality and was deeply committed to helping others, especially in her role as a domestic violence counselor. "She was a great person, kind to everyone, and the sweetest person," shared a former classmate. "I graduated with her, class of 2009. We've lost another good soul." However, alongside these heartfelt tributes, messages of anger and blame have surfaced, especially around the circumstances that led to her children's deaths. Many have voiced their sorrow for Roman, Chianti's 9-year-old son, expressing their heartbreak over the fear and confusion he may have felt. One wrote, "I can't believe this selfish monster took her children with her. I feel sorriest for the 9-year-old because he was probably the most scared. Hopefully the little baby was too young to realize what was happening. She wanted a relationship with her unavailable baby daddy that didn't want her back, so she takes away his kids permanently by throwing them over with her. This is sickening and manipulative, and too bad she's not here to pay for it. Hope she spends eternity paying for it. Another wrote, poor kids, 9-year-old was probably scared to death. If you have issues or PPD, get help. It's there. But don't take it out on your kids. Good God, where were the kids, dads? So yeah, I get it. This anger reflects the confusion and pain many feel as they try to reconcile Chianti's compassionate public persona with the decisions that led to such a tragic outcome. The range of emotions reflects a collective struggle to understand what led to such a heartbreaking event. People are trying to make sense of a tragedy that seems senseless, searching for answers in Chianti's recent social media posts, in which she expressed a deep longing for love and a family life she could not find. Many people have also expressed deep compassion and sorrow for Chianti, acknowledging the intense struggles she might have faced. Several felt heartbroken that she seemed to carry such pain alone, with one person lamenting, "You never know what someone is going through." Others extended sympathy, understanding how overwhelming life's hardships can feel. Another wrote, "This is a horrible, horrible thing that happened. Those children should have been protected. The problem is that when a person has emotionally hit bottom, they can't see clearly. I feel bad that she didn't have anyone that could encourage her enough to help her resolve this grief and this hole in her life. Yes, I know there are people who really have no conscience and are evil as hell. Sometimes it's just a matter of rock bottom depression that people are going to, and they can't see their way out. I don't know all the circumstances in this situation. None of us really know. What is alarming to me is the amount of parents or guardians that see this as a means to an end. I don't know what's going on in the world, but it's ridiculous. So many people are unaliving their families because of a deficit within themselves or someone not wanting to be with you. I really don't understand what's going on anymore. It's really crazy. My grandparents used to say that these seem to be like the last days because human beings are acting so atrociously. This world is just becoming heartbreaking. These messages show that, despite the tragedy, many sympathize with Chianti's suffering.
Good evening. I'm Leah Lando, live in Niagara Falls. We thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, we begin with information about a terrible tragedy that police say happened right here Monday night. They tell me a mother intentionally went over the falls, bringing with her her 2 young children. Their bodies have not been recovered. I'm going to show you where they say this happened. We've learned it happened on Luna Island. Now, that's an area connected to Goat Island inside Niagara Falls State Park. It's just a short distance from where I am right now. Police tell us 33-year-old Chianti Means, her 9-year-old and her 5-month-old went over a safety guardrail and then over the falls. This was on around 9 p.m. Monday, and they heard from numerous witnesses over the past 48 hours. Multiple police agencies have been involved in the search. Authorities have been spotted in the park in marked vehicles and the state police helicopters and in the water below the falls where they're searching. As of tonight, we're told the bodies have not been recovered. And while this tragedy remains under investigation, state police telling me that they have yet to uncover a possible explanation.
Everyone always says, is there a red flag, or was there a warning, right? We don't see that here. We don't see that warning or that red flag or that indicator that would assume that things have taken a very, long-term turn for the worst. So either something happened suddenly, or that's the spotty area that we're not quite sure right now. The best we can do for the families is to, down the road, recover the bodies if we can, and at least have that closure for the family. The why is going to be a very difficult question for us to ask.
Yeah, still early on in the investigation, and Trooper O'Callahan says that the children have different fathers. They tell me both men are cooperating with authorities and have been helpful in the investigation.
Everyone in the family that we've contacted, even the fathers of the children, have been very cooperative. They've been very forward with us with all information, and actually because of that, we're able to kind of speed this up quite a bit on our investigative end.
He says officers are interviewing witnesses who were here the night this happened. That was Monday night around 9 p.m. They heard from several people. There are also several cameras around the park here. They're looking at that as well in the investigation. And back here live, you're looking at a live picture of where police say that this happened. There has been a lot of talk about mental health today as well. While it's still early on, they don't know what led to this.
Authorities soon declared this an intentional act, though the reasons remain complex and deeply tragic. They interviewed family members, including both fathers of her children, who cooperated fully with the investigation, hoping to understand what led Chianti to this final act. Friends and family members were heartbroken and struggled to make sense of her decision. Many described her as a devoted mother who was just feeling overwhelmed by her circumstances. The tragedy of Chianti's death has had a powerful impact on the community. Many people now look back on her story as a reminder of the hidden struggles people may carry, even those who seem strong and capable. Friends and family have shared messages encouraging others to reach out to loved ones who might be facing hardships, especially young parents or those going through personal loss. For those who knew her, Chianti's memory is marked by her kindness, her love for her children, and her dedication to helping others, even while dealing with her own silent battles. Today, her story continues to resonate, urging others to seek support, speak openly about mental health, and show compassion to those who may feel isolated. Chianti's life, though tragically cut short, has become a call for greater awareness and empathy, reminding us all of the importance of support and understanding, especially in times of deep pain and loneliness. May Chianti Means and her two precious children, Roman and Mecca, find peace beyond this world. The loss they leave behind is immeasurable, and their absence has cast a deep sadness over those who knew and loved them. May her family and friends find comfort in the memories they shared, holding on to the love and laughter Chianti and her children brought into their lives. In their honor, may her story serve as a reminder to reach out, to listen, and to support one another through life's hardest moments. Let us carry forward Chianti's spirit of compassion and kindness, and may her dedication to helping others inspire us to be more present for those around us. To her